you look at the last two popes, John Paul II and Benedict the 16th,
Yes.
clearly everyone's expectation was that Benedict would focus on the internal life of the church. That was his area of expertise. He had been a theologian, an academic. He wrote books about theology and the sacraments and prayer. John Paul II, on the other hand, he did that, but he also had this tremendous role on the world stage. I mean, this is the man who helped bring about the fall of communism in Eastern Europe and ultimately the end of the Soviet Empire.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying going big. That's the perfect example. Yes.
You know, I think that they want to do both. I mean, clearly, both popes were concerned about the decline of the church in Europe, and we see even some signs of decline here in the United States. So that's a major concern. On the other hand, the role of the Pope is also to be prophetic, to talk about the issues facing the world. And Benedict did that, you know, not as loudly as John Paul did, and not as successfully as John Paul did, but he spoke out. I mean, people referred to him as the Green Pope because he was in favor of doing something about global warming. He also was very radical. I mean, Benedict would have been very comfortable with members of the religious right, but he would have been very uncomfortable with the Tea Party. This was a man who heavily criticized the financial community for causing this economic disaster, and also spoke in favor of government regulation of the economy, and worse yet, he was in favor of using the government to redistribute wealth, which is something not even Nancy Pelosi talks about in public.
We might have that argument at another time, but I'm
not saying this is good or bad, but that's where he came from. That's what the kinds of things he talked about. But I
it's
think
a perfect
you're
illustration.
Right. Will we have a pope that focuses on the internal life of the church, or will he go big?